All right, welcome back to the channel. Bad news if you are an Errol Spence Jr. fan, as he is being blocked by Terence Bud Crawford's biggest supporters. And that is the WBO, with a decision that they have made that will affect him and his fight with Sebastian Fundora. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 154-pound division, where it has been revealed that Errol Spence Jr. will be fighting for the WBC 154-pound championship against Sebastian Fundora, keeping his word, saying that no, I ain't waiting in nobody's line. He's going straight from his loss last year in April. Was it April? No, it was June. I think it was June 29th or July 29th. His loss to Terence Crawford to go right to a championship fight at 154 pounds, something that is due to him because of his great history as a champion, and is not unusual at all in the sport of boxing for people to jump right back in and get another shot at a world championship after they lose. If you don't believe it, go pay attention to the 126-pound division and all those UK fighters that immediately lose and get another shot, specifically guys like Josh Warrington and Leigh Wood, who take L's and get right back in and fight for the same belt again. So it happens. And when Errol Spence got in that ring, we knew what the deal was going to be. He was going to fight the winner of Sebastian Fundora and Tim Tszyu, and it wound up being Errol Spence Jr. Now, the WBO, and this is something that some people have an issue with. I don't really have a big issue with it, to tell you the truth, because I saw it coming. And really, Terence Crawford's a great champion. So it is what it is, man. He's one of the best fighters in the world. Not in my opinion, he is the best fighter, pound for pound fighter in the world. Obviously, there's Alexander Usyk, but I keep Alexander Usyk as just the man because he's at heavyweight. Won't go off into that for too long in this video. But that said, Terence Crawford is going to be fighting Ismail Madmarov for a WBA title and a WBO interim title at the same time, which is very, very unusual because as of right now, the WBA only has one title, because I do believe they took the title away, the super title away from Jermell. So he's fighting for a vacant title, and the only title, the sole title for the WBA at 154, but he's going to unify it with a secondary title, which is an interim title, which tells you that they plan on stripping the WBO champion as soon as, and now they have announced it, as soon as Sebastian Fundora steps into the ring with Errol Spence Jr., they're going to strip Sebastian Fundora of the WBO title and elevate Terence Crawford to that championship. So that is basically blocking Errol Spence Jr. from fighting for two belts at the same time. The reason that I don't have a really big issue with it, again, is because I think Terence, number one, they knew that they were going to do. They know that they're going to do it. The WBO was trying to get Terence Crawford that belt, period. And they're going to do what they got to do to get him that belt. The funny thing is, though, that the WBO, first of all, they stripped Jermell. They stripped Jermell for fighting Canelo. And then because Terence Crawford's coming up, so they stripped Jermell. And then Tim Tszyu gets the belt. Tim Tszyu loses. And now they're going to strip the guy that beat Tim Tszyu. Right. So it's funny to me that this mandatory gets laid that quick. But of course, you have the WBO Super Championship, which is there to allow them to jump up there and do it. The champion below to go up a weight class and do it. So, it's a foreseeable play by Terence Crawford, and it is within the rules of the WBO. And the WBO has definitely literally expressed their loyalty to Terence Crawford, for Terence Crawford being loyal to them. I have a little bit of issue with the phrasing of that, because the WBO, if you're being loyal to a particular fighter, are you going to give a particular fighter the benefit of the doubt over another one because you like him more? Right? I like Terence Crawford more. He's been around longer. So we're going to let this decision go Terrence's way, and we're not going to let it go this other guy because, we don't know him as well. That is, I think, is far too subjective for a boxing commission to be. They should look at the rules and figure out what is fair to the people that are there. Should Sebastian Fundora skip out on a fight that he can get with Errol Spence Jr. when Terence Crawford's not going to be able to be available to fight? Because Terence Crawford is going to be decided to fight in August, right? August 3rd against Ismail Madmarov. And if the fight is in October with Errol Spence Jr. and Fundora, right? Well, how many months is that? August, September, October? It's 2 months. It's 2 months. He's not even going to be ready to fight. So why would you strip him when Terence Crawford's not ready to fight? It's not like Terence Crawford waited. So you are given from the side, if I'm looking at it from Sebastian Fundora, it's kind of like, hold on, man. Why are you stripping me because Terence Crawford took another fight? If Terence Crawford takes another fight in August, that means I have to wait till how many more waits? It's like 5 months. I have to say it's 5 months after that. So you're like August, September, October, November, December, January. Sebastian Fundora would have to wait till January, which means the WBC belt can't get defended until January. So it's just an all around really, really funky situation because Terence Crawford, but within the rules, Terence Crawford gets preferential treatment by the WBO over the current champion in that division, who is Sebastian Fundora. So it's just, to me, I can understand how people would say, I don't like it, right? Errol, though, I'm sure doesn't care, because Errol's going to immediately get that shot at the WBC title. If he had the WBC and the WBO belt and Terence Crawford is the interim champion, are they going to order a fight between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence? And the drama related to that would just be, who's the A side, right? But anyway, man, it's just interesting stuff how boxing works. I'm looking forward to seeing Errol Spence Jr. come back and fight Sebastian Fundora. Not an easy fight for Errol at all. Sebastian Fundora may very well come in the favorite into that fight because of what happened with Errol and Terence Crawford, and the fact that Errol is changing trainers and this is his first time in the weight class, and Sebastian if Sebastian Fundora, he fights a style that Errol will probably like to fight. You know what I mean? And Errol's a southpaw. I think Mendoza might have been a southpaw too. But if Errol can bring like extra power and extra strength in these together, I'll take him. Now, Terence Crawford, on the other hand, when Terence Crawford fights Ismail Madmarov, I think that he really, really has to be very, very careful about he has to be very, very careful with Ismail Madmarov and make sure that he is really on his P's and Q's with that guy, because Terence Crawford is not a young fighter. Terence Crawford is probably going to be 37 years old when that fight takes place. Ismail Madmarov, I think, is like 29. Those Eastern Europeans are very, very tough fighters, and this guy is not. This guy's very experienced in the amateurs, and he's naturally that size. And he actually may be a guy that could fight at 160 pounds. So it's just all around going to be very, very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Of course, I got Terence Crawford in that fight, but it's going to be a fun year. At least we're getting to see Errol fight, getting to see Terence fight. It's not a tremendously long time. Errol did make a statement in after the fight, was pretty much let people know that what he was doing, that this may be the last time people see him. He did take that tweet down relatively quickly, doing a bit of a Gervonta Davis with that. But, we'll see what goes on Please let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think that this is unfair to Sebastian Fundora, that the WBO would strip him even though Terence Crawford's not even going to be able to fight him in November? Interesting stuff. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.